guys, tell me if you can't hear properly. I'm just using a different mic. Actually, this is the first time that I'm doing this broadcast from my room instead of at my desktop. I was trying to do like a selfie with a blackberry. I always do like the craziest ones because those are like the most fun. I'm actually trying to like grow my Instagram to maybe like 500. I think right now it's at like 120 or something like that. I'm just having kind of like a chill afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon at about 3:30 right now. And it's just because like it's my writing day. I've got to take a break. I've written 4 stories so far, and I think I have like 4 more to do today. And I have the rest of the afternoon until like 12 o'clock at night. But yeah. And I'm wearing a sweater because even though it's like warm out, I'm really kind of cold. I think I'm getting sick. It's weird. My chat's all weird. It looks weird. I can't tell if there's anybody in it. I might have to just restart this actually. Okay. Oh yeah, so I was gonna go onto my Instagram page so you can see it's Monique Massiah. Yeah, it's at like 119 and I want it to be like 500 pretty soon. So tell me if you can't hear me. I'm actually talking really quiet because I think I am getting a cold. And I'm like using my mic from downstairs up here. It's like this big mic. Let's see. Can you see? Ooh, there. So yeah, I've done a couple of videos. I actually finished the video that I said I would. I said that I'd be on YouNow every day um next 2 weeks, so I'm gonna do it. It's kind of easy. I thought it would be like way easier just like talking live, but for some reason I feel like it's way harder than I originally thought. I'm still able to do it. It's been like a week now, I think. But yeah, follow me on my Instagram or subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Monique Massiah. I'm gonna put this up because my head's getting cold. Hello, Michael. I'm listening to Chris Brown actually right now. Oh. I got this sweater at a place called Urban Behavior. I think it's called Urban Planet in the States. I'm in Canada right now. But it's so cute. It's got little ears and it's got a little tail on it. It's a cat. It's a kitten, really, with kitten eyes and everything. So I think it's cute. Anyhow. I'm in my room today because, this strange story is that I was in a car accident last year and it like totally messed up my leg and my hips. And I had a whole bunch of tests this month and I'm feeling so tired and so it's not like I'm gonna pass out while I'm on YouNow, but they make me take these pills. Wait, I was gonna show you the thing. I was like, does it have my actual address on it? That's my doctor's name. I'll cover my doctor's name. But yeah, it's like they look like a little house in there, and it's like really, really strong. You take one, and literally like 20 minutes later, you pass out. It's super strong, but it's like to control muscle spasms, and I get them in like my hip and everything. So I'm having one of those down days where I'm just writing stories. I don't have to go out and take any pictures or anything. Ooh, I wanted to tell you guys something. I'm just gonna reach for. She's in my headphones. I found my Barbie. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see this is the prop that I got to show people how to use depth of field. And I was talking about, like, I did an unboxing of it because, like, I'm not going to lift the skirt, but there, just make it tight so you can see Barbie has thighs. They have, like, normal Barbies. And she's got cornrow braids, which is, like, crazy. Anyhow, yeah, so I found the prop because I lost it. And yeah, so I'm actually able to do a couple more videos on just like photography rules. But go to my YouTube channel and you'll see that I did the video about photography umbrellas. And that's just talking about like how when you get a photography umbrella, it looks like a regular umbrella, but it's black on the outside and then it's white on the inside. And usually you can take the white part out of the inside or take the black part off, and you can shoot. Like what happens when you shoot in the black part of the umbrella is that you have the umbrella facing like the circle, semicircle facing in, and then when you take a flash picture, the flash is shooting into the umbrella and it just kind of like that onto the subject. And if you use a white umbrella, it's facing the opposite direction. So it's like that, and the flash is shooting through it. So it's kind of like a diffuser or softbox or something like that. So yeah, I talk about that in the video, and I show pictures and video of how to do the lighting setup, how to do it with like a studio light, and how to do it with like a flash, like a camera flash that you take off. The camera flash one, I wanted to show that because it's like 100 times cheaper than getting a studio light, and you can take it literally anywhere with an umbrella. Yeah. Let's see if I can get on here. It's actually really fun. I haven't checked how many views it has yet. It's really fun doing it. So, whoa, it's not going to snap, is it? Okay, there. Oh, that's just like someone making a juice. Anyhow, that's my YouTube channel. It's on my BlackBerry. I know it's weird, I use a BlackBerry. Blackberries are made in Canada, that's why, and I'm in Canada right now. If you're wondering, I'm not in my studio today, and it's just because I'm not feeling too wonderful, but I said that I would be on YouNow every day for 2 weeks, and I fulfill my promises. So if I want to be on... Why does she have to make juice right now? She's had all day to make juice. It's like 3 in the afternoon, or almost 4 o'clock. I'm in Western Canada. I'm in Alberta. So, like, that's near the West Coast. BC is the West Coast. I'm, like, literally 30 minutes away from the mountains. Yeah. Canada. It's, like, one of the most beautiful places in all of Canada to visit where I live. By the mountains, like you can still going. Oh, hey, okay. That's funny. Yeah, it is. Like, so on my YouTube channel, when I first started it, I would do like videos of like my sister and I going on like nature walks, we call it. It's not really a nature walk. We go for like a 2-hour hike, and people were like, oh my gosh, I see like an Arctic lake, or like if you go to Banff or Jasper, you know how like those types of lakes, the water is green, like kind of fluorescent green, almost like this t-shirt or sweatshirt. They didn't understand that, you know, it's so cold that there's nothing living in the water, just like microorganisms, real fish and stuff. And they were just like amazed by the color of the water. And yeah. Every time I show a video, like if you go on my YouTube channel and like search back, you'll see, or if we went to places in Calgary where it's like Nose Hill, That's a huge park, like in the middle of the city, in like the north of the city. We'd go on like hikes there, and people were like, I can't believe that's in the middle of the city. Or we took pictures and videos and stuff of like deer, and they were just like shocked that we could take pictures of deer right outside of our house, or like coyotes and stuff. I know, Banff is so pretty. And it's only 30 minutes away. It's like a really easy drive. It's like one road. And it's good to go like on, like for my birthday, my sisters and I, we all like get in a vehicle and we all go to Banff Springs Hotel, and or like the Fox Hotel, and we have like our Banff Springs spa kind of day. It's really fun. Or Canmore, that's really nice too. But those places right now are a little dangerous because, like, I saw in the news last week that this lady was making a lot of noise with her dog sled in that area. And they tell you not to make lots of mechanical noise at this time of year and to, like, travel in large groups. And she had, like, dogs. You know, dogs kind of resemble wolves. And so a bear chased her. And, like, I don't mean far away from this Banff Springs Hotel. I mean right behind the hotel all the way up to the parking lot. A bear. Yeah. That'd be frightening. I can understand, you know, seeing a black bear because, you know, they're like smaller and they're not carnivorous. They eat berries. But like a brown bear, they like eat animals. They would eat like people. So, yeah, that would have been scary. Oh, it was sending me a text. See, I'm starting it. I'm starting to yawn a little bit. I'm not trying to. You guys should let me know what types of topics you want to go over on the photography channel. So basically, I show like tips and tricks how to work with iMovie and photography, like photojournalism, because that's what I do. I'm a photojournalist. And so I show people how to like photos, or like if you're in a protest, like that was one of the things that we were talking about when I first started live streaming. We were talking about the protests that were happening in the States and how to actually attend a protest and get out of it safely. Like if you're a photographer, you're an easy target when you're in a protest. Yeah, bears are really scary. You know, I actually have this fear, and it's not of like bears, it's like not grizzly, polar bears. And whenever I saw that Coca-Cola commercial where they had the polar bears in the Arkansas night, and it's supposed to be cute, that would terrify me. I don't know if you've ever seen that Canadian show called The Mercer Report. And like Rick Mercer is like a comedian, and one day he went out into an Arctic tour, and it's one of those ones that's like the Athabasca tour where they take you up in a crawler on the ice, and a bear came up, like a polar bear, and it stood up on its hind legs on the thing, and it was like a piece of glass and some metal doors that were separating him from the polar bear. And I don't know why she has to make juice at this time of day. Even though I told her I don't know. Anyhow, she's like making the juicer behind me in the room. Anyhow, yeah, so you could see him. It was hilarious. He turned to the camera and he was like, it was like the bear was looking straight at him. I lived in like areas that were close to Banff for a long time, and so that's why I was kind of like, I'm always surprised where people are like, oh, they're so cute and everything, and then you realize what they eat, and it's like they're the only type of bear that'll eat people, like actively eat people. Grizzly bears will kill people and eat them, but they won't like actively seek out people in confrontations or track people, not unless they're hungry. And that's the thing about the lady in Banff this last week. It's because all the bears are coming out of hibernation right now, and that's why they tell people, you know, don't be in the backcountry right now, you know, and if you are, don't make a lot of noise. Have like a bear banger or something to startle them, or carry a weapon or something. I don't know how to say your name. I'm gonna say it's Eleanor. Hello. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you can see, but it's like a dream catcher. I don't know. I'm kind of superstitious, and I have two of them in my bedroom. And since we're talking about them, there it is. It's a dream catcher, and so like in First Nations or Aboriginal culture, the idea is that to have sweet dreams or like safe dreams, you put one of these up in your room and it has to face a certain direction. And so what happens is your bad dreams are going to get caught in the web of the dream catcher, and then they're going to trickle down the feathers and everything, and you'll have sweet dreams. I don't know, it's one of those like mental things that I've always had a dream catcher in my room, and I've always had sweet dreams, and I think it's just because in my mind now it's thinking that you'll always have great dreams if you have this object in your room. It might not help at all. Yeah, it's really odd. There's another thing. It's not dream catchers. It's something else too. I read this book by Ariana Huffington, and it's called The Sleep Revolution, and it talks about like stuff that you should do in order to become productive in your day, and it's all starting with sleep. Apparently, she had like a big breakdown a few years ago where she just passed out and slapped her head on the table and like really harmed herself because she wasn't sleeping. It was all like work, 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 everything. And so, yeah, she wrote this book about the importance of getting good sleep. It's weird. When I was a kid, I'd have like horrible nightmares. And I think it's because, so I used to watch really bad movies. Like, I watched the It movie, the Stephen King movie. He's like my favorite writer, and I'm a writer. And so I love all of his books, and they were horror stories. And so I'd watch like It, and that's the story of like a killer spider that turns into a clown. And like, so anyhow, I'd have these horrible dreams about running a maze at night, and the maze was my neighborhood, and something was chasing me, like crazy dreams. But then I started putting like dream catchers in my room, and I think it was like a mental kind of switch. Just the idea that this object is meant to stop whatever it was bothering me, and I've never really dreamt since then. Or at least if I do dream, I don't remember it in the morning. Yeah. Hi, XXX FedX12. I don't know how to say your name, but I will try. It's weird today, so I'm having like a in day, and so this is my Fitbit that I was complaining about earlier. It's so expensive just to get the replacement part of. My other one just totally fell apart. And so, as you can see, if I click on it, I only have like 1,000 steps. And that's just because I haven't been like going anywhere. It's weird lately. Like last year, about this time, I was doing like 11,000 steps a day without working out, just being busy at home or like going to work or whatever. And now it's just, hi. But yeah, now it's just, I'm like not busy today. I'm not really gonna guest anybody today. I'm only gonna be on for maybe like 30 or 45 minutes. And yeah, usually I have a broadcast every day and it's in my studio and we just talk photography tips and stuff. And tricks and stuff like how to get rid of blemishes on your face and stuff like that in Photoshop. But I'm not feeling very well today, so I don't really feel like doing that. And then one time when I guessed it, you can see it, I captured the moment. It was some guy from Morocco that I was talking to, and I like to be really upbeat and everything, and it was like totally creepy. Like, he thought I was a cam girl, and you know when you can tell someone thinks that you're a cam girl, like a cam girl? And I was just kind of like, talk, and he wasn't like talking, he was just staring at me. It was really creepy. Anyhow, yeah. Maybe tomorrow on the broadcast, tomorrow afternoon, I will. Mm-hmm. You know, when you're just about to get a cold and they tell you to have like echinacea, that's how I feel. I feel like just on the edge of getting a cold. I'm gonna get my hair done like this just so I can look like the Barbie. When I was a kid, they didn't have black Barbies. They didn't have black Barbies. It was like Barbie. And you know, like the story of Barbie, right? It's like a real person. Barbie is a real person. Like the people who created the Barbie doll named the Barbie and Ken after their children. So Barbie was their daughter and Ken was their son. Yeah, it's totally weird. Thank you for becoming a fan. But yeah, I love Barbies when I was a kid, but I wouldn't like. It was weird. My parents would give me like porcelain dolls and stuff, and then they'd buy the Barbies, and the porcelain doll would be kept on the shelf, and the Barbie, I could chop up her hair because I always wanted to braid her hair and like twist. You know, one time I got like curling iron, and I tried to do her hair, and it was just like, oh, I can curl her hair like mine and stuff. Or I'd change their clothes and just I have my little Barbie house. And anyhow, yeah. So I was totally obsessed with them. I saw last week that PewDiePie did a video about Barbie. There's like a Barbie on YouTube, like an actual Barbie blog. I was like, what the heck, man? It's kind of creepy. Because it's like, you know, it's not a real person, right? I mean, it's a real person, but they're like an actor. And it's probably this big group of guys around a table at some studio who's like, we want to do a YouTube channel that'll appeal to young ladies. And why don't we call her Barbie? Oh, this is an old song. It's that Lady in Red song. I wanted to actually go to a playlist here. I'm listening to Daft Punk. I don't put up my volume super loud in the broadcast because once I did and I kind of like hummed along to the music, and then when I had it put onto my YouTube page, they were like, oh, you are sharing this song, so you have to share the revenue from the channel. Can you hear that? Or maybe it's just me that can hear it. But she's in the like room next to me. It's the kitchen, and she is juicing something. And it's like she has to juice it right there. It's a big, big kitchen. So it's like, why do you have to do it right there? Do you have the windows in or something? Anyhow, it's just like right in my ear, even though it's like through a big wall, but still. And who does that at 4 o'clock? It's like dinner time almost. Gosh, I'm so whiny. I'm in my bed right now because I can't really move my right leg too much without like it hurting. And you know, okay, so this is something that's really weird. So over here, we have a really good healthcare system. So everything's free, right? But so I have an MRI. And because there are hardly any MRI like machines that are public, and so many people need MRIs, like emergency ones, or their doctors order them a whole bunch of them when they don't need them. I had to wait nearly a year to have an MRI. And I didn't want to go buy an MRI because I don't believe in that, right? So I guess I could have bought my MRI test for $1,000. But I was like, I'm not freaking paying $1,000 for something that it should be free. So yeah, I'm waiting until it's like next week or whatever. I'll like it's not like I'm gonna complain to them because it's not like it's their fault or anything. You know, the staff there, it's not their fault that it takes such a long time. But I think it's just kind of a whacked up way that they deal with everything. Like, why should I have to wait a year for something that's obviously serious? Someone's texting me right now. Oh, you're watching. Hello. You know, it's kind of weird when you find out someone that you're working with is like following your channel or following like your Instagram or your Snapchat. I think it's weird at least because I mean, you deal with them on a daily basis, but they're technically not your friend, so you don't really want to friend them. I hope I didn't just alienate a bunch of people that I worked with. But it's kind of weird because they're not like your everyday friend. You know, everybody has like a couple really, really, really good friends, like lifetime friends. You know, the ones that'll never cross you or always back you up for the rest of your life. And then you have like 300 people that follow you on your Facebook and they're your friends. And so they might be like your good friends or your acquaintances or whatever, but they're not like the friend who's like your best friend since you're like 3 years old. So let me know what types of things that you want me to talk about on my YouTube channel. Like I said, tonight I'm going to do a video, because I do a YouTube video every day, about either iMovie, about Photoshop techniques, or GIMP, or about like photo techniques or, you know, good ways to stake out locations and find models and stuff. Like one example is when I needed to find models and I was just starting out as a photographer and just trying to like build my portfolio. I went on this website called Model Mayhem, modelmayhem.com. And so you go there and basically it's photographers, models, aspiring models, makeup artists, and just a whole bunch of people in the field, people who want to be temps or like to work for a photographer and stuff. So the photographers put out the casting call, and it's basically they talk about where they're going to have a photo shoot, what they need for the photo shoot, if they need people like staff, or if they need like a, you know, makeup artist, or what type of model, if they're looking for a male model, female model, couple, whatever. And so you put out the casting call, and then like 100 people reply to it and say, you know, I'll do this for whatever. And you can say, you know, I want to pay the model a certain amount of money, or you can say I want to do it for trade. I don't do anything for free. Like I don't believe in doing anything for free. Maybe when you're like a student, but when you're a student, I think that you should also just do it for trade. So I mean, like, if there's a model that wants headshots done, you put out the casting call for a model, and so the photos that you take can be used in your portfolio, and then the model can use them in their portfolio, and everybody goes away happy. But yeah, I would never do anything for free again. And it's just because it takes up so much time, like planning the actual photo shoot, taking the photos, going to the locations, getting permits, and then once the photo shoot is over, going home, editing the photos, picking out a couple of them, getting proofs. And like, this is a real belief of mine. I don't like doing watermarks on pictures. I think it makes them look ugly. And like, why paste your picture all over another picture? Not everybody sees things the same way. So you might think your watermark is awesome and beautiful, and somebody might think it's trash, right? So you don't paste watermark all over everything. You can just put an invisible watermark on, or put like the copyright information in the actual photo information. There's lots of things you can do to copyright pictures instead of having a watermark nowadays. Like you can have that invisible watermark, which turns the picture green if somebody tries to copy it, and things like that. So yeah, but anyhow, it takes a lot of time. So yeah, that's why I don't do things for free, because I don't think a lot of people understand. Like, everybody wants to be a photographer at first, and then they find out, like, it's just like running your own business, right? People want to be their own boss, and then after, when they actually are their own boss and they're starting a business, they realize that, oh my goodness, it's not like I'm working 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I'm working 7 days a week, whenever. So it's just like, yeah, I think people wake up and they realize, oh my gosh, this is crazy being your own boss. But if you like doing something, you should do it. Oh. Wow, we're 6th in YouTuber. Let me check and see. Does YouTuber only have 6 people in it? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Get on up there. Share this broadcast so I can get to number 1 on YouTuber. I feel better already, actually. The window is open, and it was, maybe that's why I'm sick. I had the window open all last night, and it was raining for like a whole day. All day, all night. So maybe that's why. I'm really new on YouNow, actually. I was like on YouTube for about a year, and before that, my YouTube channel, it says that I was on since like 2012, but it's just like I started in 2012 when I was in like college, and in our journalism program at our college, one of the parts of the course was that you're supposed to create a YouTube channel. So I created a YouTube channel successfully, and then just we didn't do anything with it because nobody understood that, yeah, you can like have this working in conjunction with your business and really tell us or kind of reinforce that. They just had us actually make one, which is kind of waste, I wonder how many channels are out there where people, they don't actually use it and it just sits there empty. Oh, excuse me. So warm. Okay. Just changing the song. The other day, so I watched Ghost in the Shell, and I did like a review on that and talked about how, it was kind of like whitewashing the story. But did anybody hear that they're doing like a movie about Legends of Zelda? I actually heard that somewhere. And then I heard that they're doing one on Tomb Raider. And I think that was the one that I was getting kind of confused with Legends of Zelda. Because it was just like, Tomb Raider, I don't remember that being like an old movie. I remember Angelina Jolie was the original Tomb Raider. I wanted to see, like, I hope they're doing a movie, but, that's not a really old movie. And I think it's kind of weird when they, like, take a movie where, it's already established and everything. Let me see. I'm just looking up Tomb Raider new movie. Yeah. 2018. And like the girl. So if you Google Tomb Raider and then just see what they have for the release in Wikipedia, the girl who plays the Tomb Raider looks like she's in her sweat clothes. I don't want to be mean to anybody because I think it's just mean to do that, to like personally critique people. But they turn her from the daughter of a lord, like an English lord. Like, so she's like this prim and proper. That's the story, right, of Tomb Raider. She's a prim and proper person during the day, but at night she robs graves in Luxor, right, or Egypt or whatever, all over the world. That's what she's a grave robber. So she's supposed to be like a bad, badass, kick-ass kind of person. And if you actually go Google the new Tomb Raider video, it's like they sucked all the badass out of her. If you see the picture, she's like so skinny, no muscles. Like if you actually looked at the old videos or movies of Angelina Jolie, she's like muscular. She looks mean. She looks like she could beat you up if she encountered you in a tomb and you were trying to steal something before her. Think about it. She's not a good person. She's a thief, a cradle, like a grave robber. I was gonna say cradle robber, but she's a grave robber, right? That's what Tomb Raider is. And the girl who plays her now, she looks like the girl who plays Rey from like Star Wars. If you look at the pictures, she's so skinny. I don't know why they do that. I think her name is Alicia Vikander. Like they have screenshots and stuff. Her leg is like the size of my arm. And I'm not super fat or anything. She's like really skinny. I could probably wrap my entire hand over her bicep. That's how skinny she is. So it's like, come on. I'm sure that she encountered somebody in real life. They could push her over with one hand. Oh, that was really mean. I don't mean to be mean. But, and then the thing about the original movie, don't you remember? It was like, wasn't it John Voight was in that movie? And that's like her real father, Angelina Jolie's real father. So that's what made it really cool and everything. They just ruin video games and stuff when they turn them into movies. For the most part. That's why I'm kind of worried about Legends of Zelda. Everybody's played that game. And so, I don't know, Tomb Raider's not a game that everybody has played. But if you follow the game and you've like watched the movies, you're just kind of like, what the heck is this? You know that it's not going to be a #1 movie. It's going to be like sucky. I'll watch it just because it's a Tomb Raider movie. Or whenever it comes out on Google, I'll watch it, or Netflix. I'm sure it won't be very, very long in theaters. It's just because the whole wind power thing is happening right now that they want to have every lead actress in every movie be, like, they want it to be a woman so that they can cash in on women. It's pretty obvious. The Hunger Games started that whole thing. And it's like now every movie is a leading actress and they're beautiful and skinny and everything, and it's just like, that's not how things really are. You can't be an action figure with no muscles. Oh my goodness. I'm listening to this song from the Inuyasha soundtrack. It's called Shinjitsuyo, I think. It's got a really nice music video, actually, with like flowers and everything. Yeah, Shinjitsuyo. It's by Do As Infinity. So I would go look at that. It's really nice, actually, for a foreign music song. So yeah, I don't know, I have to do like a big list of, they're not boring, but you know, stories that, I've done all of the stories that were super exciting first, and now I'm down to a big list of stories that I have to do that are not as exciting. They're still good, but they're just not as exciting, and I've done all the pictures, and the pictures are the best parts, right? So yeah, in a little while I have to get off and have some coffee on a Saturday, excuse me, not a Saturday, a Sunday afternoon. Coffee on a Sunday afternoon. People are like resting. I don't know. Like, I'm trying not to procrastinate. These things are due like tomorrow afternoon, but you know, I'm trying not to procrastinate because I know if I don't feel any better, I'm just gonna feel like leaving it until the last minute, and that's the worst thing to do in any kind of position, to leave things to the last minute. Hello. Hi, I remember you. Ugh, I'm getting so warm. Oh. I do have a cold. I think I do. I can feel like perspiration forming on my forehead. And I took some echinacea too, just to make sure. You're supposed to take it right before. It could also be a reaction to these pills. I'm kind of scared to take them because, like, I don't know, I get a weird reaction with lots of medications. What up? Yeah, I took NyQuil a couple times, and I don't take NyQuil or DayQuil anymore because I took it and I actually, like I said, I don't dream. I dreamt, and I like it was like I closed my eyes and literally I felt like I just snapped my eyes open and it was morning. And it was like a condensed dream and everything. I remembered it all, and but it was like a blink of an eye almost. I was like, I can't believe. And then the first time I think I took NyQuil, I actually just passed out, and then I was 30 minutes late to wake up in the morning, and there was nothing that could wake me up. Like nobody could wake me up. Another time I took like a cough syrup or something before going to bed, and I like woke up in the middle of the night and tried to walk out of my bed and ended up falling on the floor. And everyone was like, "What was wrong with you?" Just heard this big crash, and it was me falling out of the bed. And like I fell out of the bed and I couldn't move. So it was like I was still, my body was still asleep, but my mind was awake, if that makes sense. Oh, it's so cute. It's got little pockets too. I don't want to raise it up too much because I'm wearing like a crop top. But yeah, it's so cute. It's got little paws where the hand should go. But I really do recommend um, reading that book. It's called The Sleep Revolution, Ariana Huffington. Back is like killing me too. That's why I'm sitting up in bed so long. Mm. It's a different look to my broadcast, so I thought, why don't I just do this? And then I won't have to move too much. Oh. Ugh, okay. That's better. I was trying to like hold it, the mic, and it's like now it's just on my computer. This is a Blue Yeti mic. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see that I reviewed the Blue Yeti mic. Mm. I wonder if it looked really weird if like you just came to my channel and you didn't know at all what I was talking about and I just had like a little doll here. They're playing a really sappy song right now and it's just like, you know, depressing. Why can't they just have like high energy songs? Are you still there? I said hi. I'm gonna get my hair braided. I'm so excited. But I have to first see the doctor because I'm gonna try to like grow my hair out to be super huge. And then I'm gonna have it braided and put extensions on. Usually at summertime I always put extensions in and it's just like braids, not weave. One time I actually put a weave on and it was so funny. It was somebody who was not a qualified hairdresser. And so the way you do a weave is you braid your hair in rows, right? Cornrows first, and then they either sew it or clip on the hair. And so this person did my hair, but they did it really, really tight or with the wrong kind. They sewed like the wrong kind of like thread for hair. And they did it super tight. And I don't know why I thought it was a good idea. It wasn't even like a nice weave that had like straight hair or anything. It was like a curled weave. It was like one of those big fros because I was on a big fro. And it was crazy. I must have wet my hair or been outside in the rain or something. And it shrunk. And shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. I was like, oh my God, what the hell's going on? And my mom had to cut it off my head. That's how painful it was. Like literally cut it off my head. Oh, Like, it's like killing me. Hello. It's almost been 45 minutes. I should actually get off of here. But I wanted to just be on YouNow, because I said that I would be broadcasting every day for 2 weeks. And I think that I said that on Saturday last week. And it's Sunday now, so it's been a week. And so it'll be a week of broadcasts for at least an hour or like 30 minutes. The other day I saw like my favorite channel on it. Well, I have a few favorites, but one of my favorites is like this cosmic girl, and I just love her channel because she's so hyper, and she's drinking her Arizona iced tea and just dancing. And whenever I come onto her channel and watch it, it's just totally like she's been on there for 6 hours at a time, and that's whenever I usually join or say hi or whatever. And I just like to watch how upbeat she is. And times like I don't comment on everything. I'll like comment a couple, or I'll like tip or like give thumbs up or have free spins and stuff like that. Like I'll say hello and like react to stuff a little, but it's not like I'm chatting with them every single time. And so when I'm on there, I'll say hello, I'll like give a tip or whatever, and then I'll watch it, but I'll turn the volume up really high because she has awesome playlists. Like the other day, she was listening to Lady Gaga and Rihanna, and it wasn't like the regular song that you hear on the radio. It was like remixes and stuff. And she has all these like cosmic. Maybe it's because I like just that it's got cosmic in it. And she talks about, I think she's like a chakra rebalancer or one of those people that deals with Reiki. And it's really cool. I really love her channel. So go see her. She's really awesome. And I think it's like Cosmic Fan or Miss Master Fox Cosma or Cosmic, something like that. Anyhow, it's really awesome. And I don't know if you guys remember, but yesterday was like Earth Day. Yeah, and so usually on Earth Day or Earth Hour and stuff like that, I turn off all the electricity. But today, well, yesterday was like the first day I didn't. And it's just because I've been so focused on like YouTube and everything. So it was the first day that I didn't turn off all the electricity. But like I kept the computers on and stuff because like I'm really into computer science and everything. That's what I studied before journalism. So it's just kind of unthinkable to me off your cell phone or turn off your computer. Like put it in sleep, sure. Anyhow, so one funny thing about Earth Day, and it's not really funny because it is kind of like a sign of the times, like global warming is kind of happening at a faster rate. So in Newfoundland, there's an area that's like called Iceberg Alley. Iceberg Alley, yeah. And it's kind of weird to see it on the news in the United States. I saw that it even made CNN. So for the last forever, since the Titanic, people have known this area. You know, when spring melt comes, icebergs form, and then they kind of, you know, land or melts and come by this one area in Newfoundland, Labrador. It is called Iceberg Alley. It is literally really close to where the Titanic sank. Remember what happened to the Titanic? It hit an iceberg. So I was really kind of surprised that the news on CNN was that an iceberg had made ground in Newfoundland and Labrador, and tourists flying across the state. It's like it's kind of funny that that's something that people in like people who visit that area or live in that area take for granted sometimes, and then like people who are visitors are like, oh my gosh, it's like 3 stories high, and it's like, yes, that's what icebergs look like. They're 3 story high. Or like the thing about icebergs is like, you know, if it's 3 stories high above water, then it's probably just as deep below water, right? You just can't see it. Sorry, I'm just changing the song. This one is called Owari Nai Yume. And it's like the opening of the movie. I was craving sushi so bad today, and I had to force myself to stay in the house. It's so fattening. I know people here like to think of it as being like, you know, not as fattening, but it's like rice and like uncooked fish, and sometimes it's like fried shrimp. That's what tempura is. It's like giant shrimp prongs that are fried, deep fried, and in like batter. But when I lived in Japan, I remember going to sushi restaurants, and they have like a bar basically with like a little water moat, and like put, or like a conveyor belt, and they put dishes of sushi, like say 4, 2, 6 on a dish, and they have like different colored dishes, and then they float them down the moat, and you just pick it up and then pay. And so I remember once we went, and it was like, it must have been an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant, and the guy that we went with was so skinny, like really, really tall and so skinny. But I think I had like 4 plates of sushi, and that, like I said, you can have 2 slices on there, like with rice and then the meat on top, or you can have 4 or 6. And I think I had like, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 4 plates, and they're like little plates, like this big. Anyhow, he had 16. I was like, oh my god, how can you eat 16 plates of sushi? 16 times at least 2, 32 pieces of sushi. Hello, Ferdinand. I don't know how to say your name, but I hope that I didn't totally trash it horribly. Hi! I was just talking because, like, I have the Inuyasha soundtrack on right now that I'm listening to, and it's from, like, the movie. And I was talking about when I was living in Japan, how we went to, like, sushi restaurants and did, like, karaoke after school all the time. And we went to, like, little... They're similar here. They're, like, karaoke, but you can take your pictures and everything during the karaoke. Anyhow, so... yeah, this guy that we went with a couple times, I remember he drove us there too, actually, and he was so skinny. I thought, like, you are like Jack Skeleton skinny. You know, how can you put away? And that's always the thing. It's all the really tall, skinny ones with the strong metabolism that can eat it all, and it's just like, oh. But one thing that I love, actually, but I don't like having it with tofu in it, is miso soup. I was actually complaining because I had like no more Ichiban in the house. Somebody ate a whole bunch of it, and I actually went out and got like super, it's not Ichiban, it's like called black, it's like Korean kind of Ichiban, where it's like almost like kimchi, but it's like a thick soup with mushrooms and stuff in it. And I got it, and somebody here ate it all. I was just like, I was only able to get 2 of them, and I got a huge pack. I was like, why are you eating that? You know specifically that I want to eat it. It's part of this like diet thing that I was taking. It's like, you know, the doctors, Travis Stork has a book out where he talks about like healthy eating and like the foods that you're supposed to eat. Like he talks about even like eating kimchi and stuff. It's called like, it's the fat belly diet or something, or no, it's lose your belly diet. And it's all about eating like fiber and stuff, and like taking care of the microorganisms in your stomach and all that. So it's working for me so far. It's actually starting to look nice again outside. It looks like it's not going to rain. I'm surprised that I'm still awake after all this time, one of those pills, but I'm just going to make some coffee or tea or something. I get back to writing soon. Send me a message if you want me to write something, or, you know, if you want me to do shout outs on your Instagram or your YouTube page. Maybe more later on tonight. So I might be back on, but like if I am, it'll be like 12 o'clock at night here. And it's like 4:30 right now. I'm so excited to do a video with my prop since I've got her back. Venus. The last video I did with it was to show depth of field in photography. So basically it's like the space between the photographer's lens and like the item that's in focus. So if you're within the depth of field, you're in focus. If you're outside of the depth of field, you're not in focus. That doesn't really explain it too well, but if you watch the movie, it does explain it. Anyhow, I better go in a minute here, but it was been very nice chatting with you all, and I want you to continue to think about photography and check out my YouTube channel. Please like my YouTube channel or subscribe to it, and check out my Instagram page as well. Let's go to it. And that's my Instagram. Oops. It's Monique Massiah. That's my name, Massiah, like the Messiah, but with an A. The Messiah. So many people ask me about that all the time. It's so old. But it's like Messiah with an A. Messiah with an E is like in the Bible, right? And where is my YouTube channel? The other day, I actually got a snap from the Catch Me Outside girl. I don't know, maybe because I talked about her. I think she's really cool, really cute too. I don't think that they gave her a lot of chance on like Dr. Phil and everything. I think that they were setting her up to kind of fail. But I'm really glad that, you know, it's like rooting for the underdog, right? Somebody sets them up to fail. And so now she's like super successful. I think that she's getting her own reality TV show or something, and she's got like, she hosts parties and stuff, and she's in like music videos, so I'm happy for that at least. And that's my YouTube, Monique Massiah. Actually, I have to do a new headshot for that. Maybe I'll do it this afternoon. I'm waiting for it to snap. There. So subscribe to my channel, and as you can see, I'm going to be doing a tutorial today as well. And yeah, I do those videos every day, and I'm on YouNow every day as well. So just let me know what you want to learn. And like, for example, one of the videos that I did recently was about GIMP software, and that's like open source software that you can use instead of going out and buying Photoshop. And it's like a big program, and it works just as well as Photoshop. Photoshop is amazing, but if you don't have any money, or if you're a student, or if you just don't want to waste money, use GIMP. It's free, and you can edit software, or excuse me, edit pictures and stuff just as well as Photoshop. Okay, I better go now. I said I was going in a second ago, but I just kept talking. Okay, bye guys.